Hello guys, welcome to the Myles Show. I'm Iain Myles, your executive dating coach from karmalifestyles.com. Guys, before we get going, I want to remind you that I am still giving away my free ebook called Get a Girl to Like You. Now in this book, I will basically drill down how you can master that art of conversation in order to get a girl to like you. So if I were you, I would definitely grab a free copy today by simply clicking on that link, okay, in the video's description box right down below, and then I'll send you a free copy right now. Now, what would the world be like if we all preferred the same thing? Ponder that for a minute. It is becoming a thing in the modern dating scene for men to be shamed, okay, for their preferences when it comes to the type of women that we decide to date. Most women are against body shaming and shaming men for the type of women that they are dating, and it seems to be like a counterintuitive action. Now, I hear most women openly saying the type of guys that they prefer and those that they don't. It's funny how a woman can say that she cannot date a short guy or a broke guy or an uneducated guy, but you can't say the same without getting a negative tag from a group of, angry women. Now, as I was reading through the messages that you guys send me, I found a message that really hit home hard for me, okay? It really stood out for me. A young man, he explains his frustrations with having a personal preference and how the women in his life react to it. Now, the email reads as follows. My sister and her friends are shaming me for my preferences. They tell me that I'm wrong for having a preferred physical type and seeking women that fit that type. By the way, I like fit girls. Is that a bad thing to want? Why do they keep shaming me for asking for what I like? Insecurity from the media. Now, the media has played an integral part in swaying the decisions of the masses and implanting ideas in people's minds. Unfortunately, they hold a lot of power that can be used to harness people's minds and, order them to feel a certain way. Current media involves social media, which can play a huge role in influencing teenage girls and women in general about what should be considered beautiful. Now, all men have different types in mind. While your friend might like, say, skinny girls, you might find yourself more attracted to a woman with much more meat, to the bone. However, the media teaches girls that they all need to reach impossible beauty standards to just become attractive, and eventually this makes them bitter when they find a man that prefers a certain body type that is different from what they have. So to make themselves feel better, they shame men's preferences. So don't feel bad when someone calls you out for your preferences. It just means that they need to work on their own self-esteem, equating her worth to who wants her. Now, as women grow up, they begin to realize that they want men who may not want them back. In these instances, they may focus on the insecurities and they try to fix them before they get into the next relationship. The problem with this is that most women tend to think that, the guys that they date define who they are. When a bad boyfriend tells her that she is not beautiful, she may internalize this and begin to feel that she's not. And this causes her to resent any guy that is not interested in her and attribute his lack of interest to her flaws. Women that have insecurities based on previous relationships must be avoided at all costs. Avoid a woman with this type of baggage because it makes the relationship that much harder to maintain. These women are usually at the forefront whilst shaming a man for preferring a specific type of woman. Misled feminism, right? This is big because feminism started out as a movement that was tailored to help women have an equal footing in the world, which I think was great. Women have done a lot of good. Unfortunately, modern feminists do not embody those initial concerns of their predecessors. Okay, since the initial problems attached to voting and attached to work balance are being alleviated, these women are slowly shifting their focus to misleading young girls. These movements teach women false feminism by asking them to attack anybody that disagrees with an opinion that they hold. Now, for example, a man even with dietary and nutritional expertise cannot say that a woman is obese and she needs to lose weight. These kinds of movements have replaced all reasoning with an ability to take an offense. So when you meet a woman that is tied to false feminist ideology, they will most likely take offense, okay, when you tell them that you prefer one female body type over another. Now, we are simply not wired to like the same type of bodies, and false feminism takes away the need to listen and consider all parties' needs. A risk of eating disorders, but also a chance for unhealthy body types. Shaming men's preferences may be wrong, but there is a larger problem that plagues women: eating disorders. Now, due to media imaging that exists in the world, most girls feel as if they are not good enough. This may lead to anorexic and bulimic teens and young women who feel like they can never attain that correct standard for beauty. So eating disorders are a real mental health issue that mostly affects women. Due to the rising cases in eating disorders, many men are advised to actually, avoid telling women what kind of body types that they prefer. Now, if it doesn't have to be said, you do not have to let them know. And in cases where there are impressionable girls or women, try to avoid letting them know what your preference is. However, you cannot walk on eggshells all of your life or shoulder the burden of responsibility when it comes to eating disorders. Now, you know anyone with an eating disorder, so tread carefully around them. Okay? However, you are allowed to have your preferences and be proud of who you want to knock privates with. Wanting to feel included. Now, for most women, they are not confident that they can get a man without the help of filters or special procedures. Okay, unfortunately, this creates a woman who feels like they are outside of the playground, okay, when people are picking teams. Now, this kind of woman is dangerous and can cause you to doubt yourself or even feel like you have to switch your preferences or be ashamed of your preferences. But it is important to remember that she only wants to feel included, okay? To know that someone wants her too. This is the same kind of woman who gets jealous when her skinnier or curvier friends get hit on and then she is left stranded, okay? Some women should be avoided, but it becomes easier to understand where they are coming from, okay, when they become bitter about your preferences. Alright, gentlemen, that marks the end of our show today. Now, don't forget to visit karmalifestyles.com as we offer services such as the residential training, where we will physically take you out one-on-one to the coffee shops, to the bars, to the malls, and even to the nightclubs. And this isn't some online training where we will talk to you remotely and tell you what to do from a distance, okay? Neither is this some sort of a boot camp where you're ram-packed with a load of random guys. This is a private one-on-one training with the best dating coaches in the world. And when we demonstrate how we do it right in front of your eyes, you'll be stunned and it will completely change your reality. All you then need to do is to rinse and repeat that very same process. It's that simple. Guys, don't let the conversation die now down in the comments. Let me know what you think about women who shame men for their preferences. Also, feel free to write to me and let me know what you want me to talk about in the next show. Now, for many more exciting masculine content for dating and relationships, as I said, visit karmalifestyles.com, where there is a great collection of materials that can help you. Finally, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.